In this part of the tutorial, I'm going to give you a chance to create a simple program. This program will allow us to select a name from a list. Also, it will allow us to update a piece of information, and I'm selecting the ability to update the name itself. I will say the first name in this, for example. Here we can select from a list and then update that information. I will modify this page a little bit to get rid of some information which we do not need. We don't need this echoing here. We're also going to change our form here, so we don't need this for now. Let us delete that. We're not going to need this either. We will only need the first name and last name. Date of birth and gender don't really matter. Let us delete this too. We don't need this either, and neither this. Okay, there we are. This tutorial is not going to be exhaustive and is not going to be completely correct either. However, it is going to show you how to apply your records to HTML select boxes, and also showing you how to update information based on what you selected. As you see here, I'm going to create some data inside the while loop. We're going to create some HTML data here. Here I'm echoing out. Let me just stop here for the time being. Let's go down here. We're going to create a select area, which is a select box. It is a drop down box, and for each of these boxes we have an option. For example, this could be 1 or 2. So let's come back here and refresh button. Let's refresh this. Let's get rid of this dialog box. Here we got 1 or 2. This is the piece of HTML here. Here we're going to apply this and we're going to search for our records. We're going to give a name in each of these option boxes. I will give an option name to each record that we found. If you don't understand this, it means inside the code which is going to be repeated for every record outside the loop over here, we want to echo out the first part of our HTML code. This will be select, and the name of that is going to be name. Or rather, let me call it people name. After this, outside of our while loop, here we're going to echo out the ends tag. So let us type / and select. The reason for not incorporating this inside our while loop is because if it is repeating, then it is going to repeat the start and the end tags and not the option part, which we need. Here the option part goes inside the loop. Let me echo out, let's say, the first name. And what this does is, for every record, it is going to echo out the option code. And if you remember down here, we had option and option end. This was being repeated over and over again. Now we have the select part here and the select end here. We need this echoed once, this echoed once, and these echoed for every record in the database or in the table. You can verify this by refreshing. Oh, where's our code gone? Let's go back and find where the mistake is. Actually, we need to change this part here, the if statement. We're not looking for our submit button anymore, so we can delete that. So now, presuming everything is alright, we will refresh, and we have a list box of all the first names of the records in our database. Now I want to make this look better, and so I will say surname or last name in the code. There you go, refresh. This is a really easy way to use HTML code, isn't it? Now we're gonna talk about option. We need to have a name for each option, and the name for each one will be ID. If I click on refresh and come on my page source, you can see that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 in each one here. This is really useful because now we can update unique records rather than just going by the name. So here I will start to create my update form. I will put an input box after my select, and this is going to be text. The name will be to change. This is what we're gonna change by. Next, we will create another button or another input element called the submit button, whose value will be change. Here I will just change the first name for now, just for example. So here is the basis of our form. We've got the name here and we want to change it to. So here I will change it from Alex to Alexander and then click on change. At the moment nothing's happening. Now what we need to do is put this inside the form so that I can end my form. Over here it is getting kind of messy, but hopefully you can see what's going on. Let me scroll down over here. Up here we need to start our form. The action will be the page we are on at the moment, which is mysql.php. In fact, I will do it on another page. So rename it to mysqlupdate.php. This will make it a bit easier for you to see and a lot easier for me to write. Then by refreshing that, we can see that we go to the new page, which isn't found at the moment. I'm going to create that inside here. We will save that straight away as mysql_update.php. We need to start our PHP tags. We need to require our connect.php because we are connecting to our database again. We also need to get our value of the name that we are changing. So we will call our select name people name. So here we'll type people name equals post and people name. That is the name of the HTML element we are taking. This is going to be called 123. This is the ID which is inside our database. To change is a field in which we have ready to type our new value. Here I will code a brief if statement just to say if people name and to change. This makes sure that we have got both our values there. Then what we will do is type change equals MySQL query, and that is simply update people, which is the name of our table here. Update people set first name equals to change, where first name equals no, in fact we're not. We're changing it by ID, isn't it? So we type where the ID is equal to the value of the people name. Right, let's go back. Let's say I picked Kyle to change the name of Kyle. The name of this is 2, so the people name is also 2. So we're changing this to this where the ID is this. I will show you that in the next part of the tutorial because I'm running out of time. So I will see you there soon. This is Ivan Verki dubbing for the Spoken Tutorial project.